Columbia. We have the detention center in Catherine. All we need is a DA.
He's supposed to start.
Supposed to. George said he had Claire. Yeah, we liked her.
On Friday, sorry, Friday. As of today.
I know, yeah.
It did.
So they're always walking. Watching those landscape guys that are free on the backpack bowlers, they real lot. I'll be trying to do something over here that don't right.
Yeah, Jeannie wanted me to rake the leaves in our yard. That's funny.
Nature doors. Yeah. We call it man.
Got Claire. So we don't have Tony. Tony Fox.
Good morning, Judge.
Are you? I think we
Doing
only
good.
have time today. one with 2 cases, is that right?
Hi, Judge. Hi, Claire.
We don't have Tony Fox yet. We're waiting on her.
Okay.
Now we do. All right. Everybody's here. We need to slow our computer. See if they can get something from the 80s.
Tony, are you cold? Poor thing. Claudia is too. She has a blanket. You have a blanket too. Oh my God.
Come see us in July.
Oh, okay.
All right.
like I should have brought one.
Is Timothy Kerr, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I do have a copy of the mental health assessment. And did you want to call your client and testify?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you would, raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, you can go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Kerr, we discussed that you are manic depressive and bipolar, or MHMR, and that you're on 3 different medicines for mental health issues. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I talked to you about what a mental health bond meant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The confusion, I think, is when the mental health department came to see you, you reported no current mental health issues. A mental health bond is for people that are mentally ill, so that they can receive a PR bond and receive treatment in the community rather than being stuck in jail to languish or to get more ill. So I'm confused because I know you're on, before you came to jail, you were on 3 different medications. Will you tell the court what those medicines were?
I was on lithium, Klonopin, and Depakote.
Okay. And what were those medicines for?
They were for mood stabilizers.
Okay.
Mood stabilization.
Okay. Are you getting those 3 medicines in jail?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If you were released on a PR bond, do you plan on getting back on your medication?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you go for treatment, Timothy?
I will be going through MHMR of Denton County, Life
Okay.
Path,
And that's where you,
through Collin County.
okay. And that's where you've been going before?
Yes, ma'am.
Who would you live with?
I live by myself and my current girlfriend.
Okay. So you would go back to the same residence. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The woman in the right-hand corner is Miss Fox. If you are granted a bond, a mental health bond, you have to contact her every single week to check in so that she can confirm that you are on your medication and doing what you're supposed to do. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You also have to report monthly to the judge, who's in the left-hand corner of your screen. If you fail to do either of those things or pick up a new case, your bond would be revoked. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you feel like your mood and mental health issues have worsened since you've been in jail?
Yes and no.
Okay. Explain to me.
They feel like they've worsened because I'm just stuck in the same cycle, but I have to control it because I know that if I don't, my symptoms are just going to worsen.
Okay, so let me rephrase it and tell me if I'm correct. What I'm hearing you say is you're doing your best to manage without medication.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you prepared to do everything that is required of you if you are granted a mental health bond?
I'm willing to do everything. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Any questions from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Kerr, when did you meet with the doctors in the jail to talk about potential mental health issues?
Saturday.
Okay, so December 4th, then would that sound about right? On a Saturday?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And so just over a little 4 days ago, you told the doctors at the jail that you did not have any current mental health diagnoses or treatment. Is that correct?
He understood that I asked him to rephrase the question, and he's like, have you had any current diagnosis with it?
And you said no, right?
I was already on medication for it. I don't see why I would have to receive another. If he already knew that I was on.
Mr. Curry, the doctor specifically is requiring if you have had any mental health diagnosis or treatment, and you told them no.
I spoke to Mr. Hill. I didn't speak to a doctor.
Okay, and then you also denied that you had any current mental health symptoms or concerns. Is that correct? With Mr. Hill, that is what he reported that you had told him on Saturday.
Mr. Hill asked if I had any diagnosis or anything going on, and I told him currently I did, and he didn't have enough space to actually write all my symptoms down and everything. If you look down at the bottom of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Kerr. So I have a mental health evaluation, and it says in the mental health evaluation that you told him that you denied any current mental health symptoms or concerns. So are you saying that is incorrect?
That is incorrect, yes.
Okay. And you mentioned a couple medications that you were taking. When was the last time you took those medications?
3 weeks ago, 21 days ago.
21 days ago. Okay. So were you taking those medications at the time of these offenses that you're currently in jail for?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And you know that if you were maybe honest with Mr. Hill at the jail, they can provide you with medications. However, you're not currently taking any, are you?
I'm currently not taking any of those because he didn't ask me which ones I told him which ones I was on and what they were used for.
Okay.
It's not my fault that he didn't write it in his report.
Okay. So you're saying that the report, Mr. Gray, I just want to be clear. You're saying that the report that you gave, that we have, and all the conversations that you have with Mr. Hill, that is not correct.
I only had one conversation with Mr. Hill.
Okay.
And we were in here for about 15 minutes.
Sure. And at that time and opportunity, you had the opportunity to talk to Mr. Hill about potentially getting any medications to any past diagnoses that you had. However, that conversation didn't happen. Is that right?
That is currently wrong.
That's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
Very brief, Your Honor.
Sure.
Timothy, it's clear that you were confused or are confused now. So why don't we just set the record straight? What are your mental health diagnoses that you've received from a psychiatrist or psychologist?
I suffer from PTSD and I am manic bipolar with manic depressive.
Thank you, sir. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Anything else from the state?
And you can ask my sister, who's a psychiatrist, Jennifer.
It's okay, Timothy, it's okay. Judge is talking, so let Judge talk, okay? Okay.
Does the state have any other questions for him?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Does the defense have anything else to offer?
No, Your Honor.
Does the state have anything else to offer?
Yes, Your Honor, just to read in the defendant's criminal history.
Okay.
On October 24th, 2019, the defendant was arrested for possession of controlled substance, penalty group 1, a state jail felony, fraudulent use or possession of credit card or debit card information, a first-degree felony, credit card or debit card abuse, a state jail felony, and then forgery of a financial instrument, a third-degree felony. Those cases are currently pending in the Tarrant County Criminal District Attorney's Office. On January 19th, 2020, the defendant was convicted of theft of property, a Class B misdemeanor in Collin County, and put on 15 months deferred probation. On October 1st, 2020, the defendant was arrested for fraudulent use of possession of identifying information, a state jail felony, possession of controlled substance, a state jail felony, pending in the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. On November 27th, 2020, the defendant was arrested for fraudulent use of credit card information, a state jail felony, theft of mail, a state jail felony, pending in the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office, and then the 2 current cases in Collin County.
What was in Tarrant County on the 27th?
I'm sorry, Timothy, sir, this is a mental health bond hearing. I know this is frustrating. She's simply reading current charges out loud to the judge, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor, the state rests and close.
Any argument from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, just based off the mental health evaluation and based off of all the pending charges that the defendant has, we are opposed to a mental health bond. The defendant had the opportunity to talk to doctors and psychiatrists at the jail, and they all reported that no current or mental health diagnosis or treatment. He's denied symptoms or having any sort of diagnosis at this time. If this is something that needs to be, if the evaluation needs to be redone, then maybe it needs to be redone. But just based off of, the opinions of the doctors, in addition to the severity of the pending charges he has in 2 other counties, we are opposed at this time.
Yeah, I've read it. I mean, it sounds like there was a communication problem. I think that if you're taking the prescriptions that he was given and was taking, it makes no sense that he would have no mental health diagnosis. So I think he does. I'm just going to consider it a glitch in the system. What I'm going to do is go and get you out on bond. You got to do everything you say you're going to do. Okay. You got to get back on the program and get your mental health treatment started and fired back up. Okay. Take only the medications that you're supposed to be taking. When you see me, you expect to be drug tested. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is there a hold in Tarrant County right now for him? Do we know?
Let me look.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to be getting out today or if you're going to wind up going over to Tarrant County or where the other cases are pending.
I don't have any holds anywhere else.
Okay.
Those cases should have been dropped.
Well, should have been. Sometimes they aren't. But anyway, if you get it, don't worry about it, Claire. I'm going to go ahead and just, if you get out, you get out. You'll come see me once a month. You've got to call Tony every week and let her know how you're doing.
Yes,
she's going to talk to you here in a second and let you know how it works. If you don't follow the rules in any way, shape, or form, you'll be back in jail and we'll be done with you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So make sure you do the rules are pretty simple. You call Tony every week, come see me once a month. You stay on your meds, you see your doctors, you give them access to your records. When you go see the doctor, be truthful with them, tell them exactly what's going on, what's been going on. They can't help you unless you tell them what's going on in your life. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tony, do you want to tell them anything?
Timothy, my name is Tony. I'm going to be your case manager. When you get released, you should receive a folder. That folder will have my card in it. So if you could call me tomorrow morning so we can kind of chit chat a little bit about what is going on, what you need to be doing, that sort of thing. We'll get you started on everything that you need to be doing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
I will see you probably, our next check-in is actually this Thursday. I don't think I'll see you this Thursday. I think we'll see you next month. It's going to be in January, on January 13th. That's going to be in your folder also, okay?
Yes, sir.
And you got to show up here in person for that, okay?
Yes, sir.
Will you seal the record, Your Honor?
Sure.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, sir.
See y'all later. Thanks.
Hi,
Thank
Judge.
you.